Good afternoon. I want to welcome everyone to City Hall. I want to thank Hamden Mayor Kurt Lang, Hamden Police Chief Capiello, and I want to thank as well Yale's Chief Ronell Higgins and Janet Linder for participating. Well, they're not here. They were on the phone and we did speak. I just want you to know how troubled, concerned, and frankly outraged I am by yesterday's shooting. To summarize, a 19-year-old woman was shot yesterday morning in New Haven during an incident involving Hamden and Yale police personnel. New Haven police arrived on the scene about 1 minute after the report of shooting was transmitted. I've called the family and I've reached out to their attorney, and Stephanie Washington is resting well. The family wants privacy and they want a time to heal. The investigation into that shooting is ongoing. It is being conducted by the Connecticut State Police Major Crime Unit in conjunction with the state's attorney's office. It is their intent that this investigation be done properly, objectively, independent, and professionally. This incident betrays police activity gone horribly wrong along the Hamden-New Haven line, and now Stephanie, as well as many residents, her family, her friends, must live with the consequences and resulting uncertainty of what was by every definition an unacceptable response. Going forward, police activity that spills over into New Haven must be standardized and memorialized so that while it is common and perfectly legal, it is also conducted in a manner consistent with the guidelines that apply to New Haven's police personnel. To this end, Chief Administrative Officer Sean Madison and Chief Otanio Reyes will work with their counterparts in neighboring jurisdictions toward a memorandum of understanding or some comparable framework on cross-jurisdictional policy. This will establish two goals. First, it will help guard against anything like this happening again. Second, it will help to address the justifiable and now amplified anger, frustration, and distrust many residents have regarding the police. I'm grateful to my staff, Hamden officials, and Yale officials for their unified and ongoing response to yesterday's event. It is my hope and fervent belief, with their steadfast efforts, that we will restore confidence in the public safety efforts of all of those agencies and in all of our towns. This is certainly our goal, and this is what we are going to work together to achieve. And with that, Mayor Lang, would you care to share a few remarks?
Thank you, Mayor Hart. Good afternoon. What are we here for? We're here, as in our jobs, to try to make people safer, to try to reduce violence. And unfortunately, we saw more violence the other evening. Over the course of yesterday, we communicated several times. We had a teleconference this morning, and then this afternoon we met not only amongst New Haven leaders, but also with the state's attorney's office. And they were very helpful in beginning to discuss what they could discuss, which at this time is limited. What I was very comforted in knowing is that the state's attorney's office has indicated that this is a top priority of their office, and that they will complete the evaluation, and I'm going to reiterate, in a fully independent, objective, and professional manner. I believe that Hamden and New Haven, and I can commit this certainly, are going to work more closely together, are committed to working closely together. The issues that are faced are not Hamden issues, they're not New Haven issues, they are community issues. And the more that we can work together on them, the better we all are. We need to ensure that justice is done, And this demands that we allow the state to complete this investigation and then take action. One thing that I think that is really essential, and I'd like to make a personal plea for this, if there's any resident or business that has any information regarding this incident, anything at all, whether they've seen something, heard something, or most importantly, possibly if they have any video evidence, please bring it forward and bring it to State Police Major Crimes Unit, Lieutenant Mike Pendleton, and the telephone number is 860-706-5652. The more information that they have, the more accurate an investigation they can complete. Hamden Police and the town of Hamden in general is here. We are committed to working together. We're going to prevent violence. We're going to work to prevent crime. One small action that we're going to take moving forward is we're going to start attending the police community district meetings, the district management team meetings, so that issues that are on our borders facing both communities can be worked on together. And I think that's going to have immediate impact starting on day one. Thank you all for being here, and we will certainly continue to communicate with you as much as possible. And I believe that our chiefs are going to talk about the state's attorneys coming back and being able to talk about some rough timelines and what was asked for by the community, and which I believe was committed to today, as high a level of transparency as possible from their office. And I was certainly comforted in what I heard this afternoon. Thank you.
Sure. So Chief Otanio Reyes is going to speak, and then after that, Chief Capiello.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to say thank you to Mayor Harp and Mayor Lang for their leadership on this issue. We can't control what happened. We can't undo what happened yesterday. But we can certainly have a large measure of control over what we do moving forward. And we're committed, the New Haven Police Department is committed to work closely with this administration, with this community, with our partners, not just in Hamden, but in every surrounding jurisdiction to improve the level of service we provide to our communities. This is an opportunity for all of us to do better. We in law enforcement, we welcome the oversight, we welcome the accountability, because we realize that we need to be held to a higher standard. And so we're here today to stand together, to promise you, to promise this community that we are going to do better, because that's what we're called upon to do. And I'm going to reach out to I'm going to appeal to every leader, every community leader, every law enforcement leader, every political leader. This is an opportunity for us to engage each other in better policy, engage each other in better community relations, but more importantly, engage each other to heal this community. We've gained a lot of strides in the city of New Haven, particularly in community policing and community police relations. Incidents like these erode the trust community has in its police department. And it doesn't matter that it happened by another police officer. In this profession, when one officer in any state does anything, it impacts the image of policing everywhere. That's what's unique about this profession. So I appeal to this community to join forces with us, not divide during this moment, and help us be part of the solution, help us be part of the healing. And I want to appeal to my officers and all law enforcement. This is not a time for us to stand back. This is a time for all of us to be leaders. From every officer on the street to every commander, let's help this community heal. Let's improve relations, and let's rebuild the trust that was lost yesterday with the actions that we're taking. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to reiterate what Chief Reyes has said. I think it's important for both of our departments, as well as the other departments that are surrounding our communities, that we work together. That, everybody talks about town lines and whose community this, whose community that. It's all one community. Town lines are just a line that the tax office cares about. I care about the people. I care about our people. I care about the people in New Haven. I care about New Haven's officers. I care about our officers. And the only way that we can work and get this better is that we work together. We need to learn from each other. Mayor Lang has said that he's pledged that we will start attending the management meetings. My officers will be more visible at the Intel meetings and the ComStat meetings that New Haven holds weekly and daily. So I'm committed to work with New Haven. I'm committed to work with the other surrounding towns, so this way our communities feel as we are one. We can't be us against them. We can't be in our own community, separated by who lives in the north end, who lives in the south end, who lives in the east side, who lives on the west side. It's all one community. And as far as my office and my officers are going to know, that's how we're going to look at it. We are one community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know, Chief, want to say something?
Just very quickly, this is the type of incident that, as Chief Antonio Reyes said, many times will erode the trust in public safety from the community. What we want to say in the city of New Haven is that the public safety sector, we are seamless when we service our community. We are in the community, we are proud to be members of the community, and when these instances happen, we want the community to reach out to us and participate in those investigations. Many times there are rumors, there are different stories that fly so fast, they fly faster than the actual news, and it becomes convoluted and it becomes polluted. We want to make sure that the proper information gets to the right investigators so that this can be dissected, we can move forward, but we can also make sure that we take the steps to prevent this from happening again. And I just want to say to the members of the fire service who actually responded as well, there are many times that you say the fire department takes a long time to get to those calls. We cannot enter a scene like that until it is safe. So we want to make sure that our policies are followed as well. So I would just say, as we move forward as a community, please participate in this, that we all come together and make sure that we share the information that we have so that we can build better policies and build better relationships in the future.
Thank you very much, and I guess we'd be happy to answer any questions that we can answer.
This question is for Mayor Lang and Chief Capiello. The community has made a very clear call for all of the surveillance video and body cam video to be released, and dash cam video that exists. Do you adhere to that? Will you adhere to it? Will you release that video immediately for the community to have trust, as you say, and transparency in this investigation?
We discussed that with the state's attorney today, and we're willing to release whatever video or audio is not pertinent to the investigation, that wouldn't taint the investigation. I'm not sure what we're going to be able to do today or tomorrow, but by Friday when we reconvene, I think we're going to have a lot more information and be able to provide more information and more substantive video and audio that people are looking for.
So you're saying by Friday there could possibly be some additional video released from the department?
We got from the state's attorney. I want to make sure I'm not misstating. My belief was that from the state's attorney that by Friday we should have.
So what happened was the state's attorney and the state's police confiscated all of the video, so it's in their jurisdiction right now. And so as soon as they have basically gone through it to determine whether or not there's any evidence, they will return it to the police departments, and then you're hearing as soon as he gets it, he will release it.
Absolutely. Yes.
And we don't have a time frame as to when this investigation will be, right?
One of the things that the state's attorney said was that a lot of the evidence has gone to the state lab. They can't really say how long it's going to take to investigate and to do the laboratory tests that need to be done, but that he's hopeful that it will be done relatively quickly.
Why was the Yale police officer there at all, and did he discharge his weapons?
I just want to finish. I want to add to that last answer. There was certainly a commitment to it being expeditious, and there were 25 people from the state on site yesterday, and many of them for 12 hours. So they're taking the investigation seriously, and a lot of time has been put into it already.
Why was a Yale police officer there at all instead of a New Haven police officer? And did he discharge his weapon? Has he been put on administrative duty?
One of the things that we can't say is why they're there, but as you know, ever since Sandy Hook, we've been on a sort of universal radio and cam, and so whenever anything happens and someone calls out, to both New Haven Police. It goes to Yale Police as well. My understanding is that that person was about 3 or 4 blocks away over at Science Park, which is very close, and heard the call through that radio transmission. I believe that he has, yes.
Well, the officer, one thing you can say, Chief Capiello, is there was a press conference yesterday where details were given of what happened. Did the Yale police officer fire first? Who fired first?
I think we have it on there.
I have no idea who fired first.
I think just to be clear, we can't say who fired first, but it is, but we have established that both Hamden police officer and a Yale police officer did discharge their
But
weapon.
whose bullet hit the woman?
That cannot, that's a matter of investigation.
So it's still unclear, you don't
That's
know which
correct.
No.
officer?
No.
Yeah.
State's attorney doesn't know
Correct.
either.
Mayor, could either of you please speak to where is the Yale representative? Why aren't they here today?
They were here earlier today, and they were with us on the phone just a few minutes ago. And the chief of police daughter is gravely ill, and so he's with her at the hospital.
As a community member, I would like to know, like, I've heard you say, reestablish relationships. And we have broken relationships with the police, downtown, in the community. So now I'm asking, as one of the community members who will stand there with you, can we have a real dialogue where the police are working with the people in the community, certain people in the community, in order to help bring a buffer to everything that's going on? Or do we have to rely on our public officials and our cops to be the ones who are acting? Some of us can police ourselves if allowed to. We need the room. We're willing to, but we don't have the room. And that's where a lot of this is falling at the wayside. Because this could be like an isolated incident. It's really not, because of everything else that goes on. The shooting one night. We can, if we allow to work in the community, then we can help make a difference at what's going on and probably cut this down. But we need the room and the spaces. Y'all have to give it to us.
Mayor, do you want to see standards about another jurisdiction coming in? Do you want to see something written and standardized?
So what we are working on with Sean Madison taking the lead, and our chief and the chief of Hamden, we will be working on a cross-jurisdictional memorandum of understanding so that we have clear guidelines about what happens when we go into each other's jurisdictions.
What's the name of the Yale police officer?
I don't know.
I don't know, honestly.
You don't know?
I honestly do not know.
I don't know that.
We don't know.
We might as well, how about Devin Eaton? Is that the Hamden officer?
That name is circulating.
My understanding is that Yale and Hamden, after they have notified the officers for their safety's sake, will be making a release later today.
What about we have heard from state police that the victim in this case was 22 years old, we heard 19. Can we just get a clarification?
Okay,
of that?
I was wrong. She's 22.
Okay, thank you. And then also, what about any charges? Are you guys looking at charges for the attempted robbery suspect, where this all kind of began?
The whole entire investigation has been turned over to the state police by the New Haven State's attorney. So he took it out of the hands of the Hamden Police Department.
Chief Gabrielle, can you just clarify, are you all not releasing the name of your officer? You put him on leave, so you have to know who he is. Are you holding back that info at this time?
I discussed it with the Yale counterparts, and we agreed that we would release that at the same time, once we made sure our officers are notified that their names are going to be released.
Very shortly.
It'll be today.
Mayor Harp, just one more question for you. You said you were outraged by this, and it's clear that you're bothered by it. Can you talk about why this is so upsetting to you?
Well, the first and most important reason that we come together as communities, as cities, is to keep our people safe. And when our people are not safe, they have to worry about bullets coming from those who are charged with keeping us safe. That's troubling, and that is frankly outrageous. We want our people to be able to trust our police officers, and we want to make sure, one, that we reinstill or instill that trust. But the whole point is, I'm a mother of 3 children. I can't imagine what it feels like to know that your child went out to work in the evening, probably didn't want her to, and that she doesn't come home because she's got a bullet or two. That's outrageous.
So if anyone knows the statute, Medicaid General Statute 53A22F gives private citizens the right to effect citizens' arrest on people doing crime. For what we've seen on that video, a lot of us feel like it was a crime. We want to effect the arrest on the officers that were involved. The people were unarmed. We don't understand how guns ever got pulled. And this is what we're saying with the relationship. So can we open up a dialogue? Because I got a petition with signatures. Can we open up a dialogue where some of us in the neighborhood are actually the ones who's going to be standing on the streets and helping make a difference, even if we have to report to the police and the different little units that y'all have in the neighborhood already about what's going on in the neighborhood and how to keep strife down? Is that something that you're open to without us feeling like we're stepping on your toes in order to get the job done?
So we have mechanisms in place to engage community throughout our districts in the city. And so we welcome the community to attend the community management meetings, our ComStat meeting, which is open to the public. We are absolutely willing to engage the community in anything and everything they feel is a concern and something that we need to look at. So absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all very much.
And can we just have any of the leaders here, can they sum up what you said today in Spanish for our Spanish community? Is there anyone who can do that?
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
So para la comunidad hispana, queremos dejarles saber que estamos unidos con los alcaldes, estamos unidos con todos los policías para tratar de establecer pólizas para que la comunidad esté y se sienta más protegida de su policía. En este momento la investigación sigue. Estamos anticipando que la investigación va a terminar en un tiempo apropiado y estamos trabajando con las autoridades para estar seguros que toda la información que es necesaria sea divulgada para que haya un resultado que la comunidad se sienta confiado en ese resultado.
Just quickly, the timeline for folks.
The timeline?
Yeah, when we see, I know everyone got to about the video. When
Sí.
would that possibly
So,
get their
si hablamos con el State's Attorney Pat Griffin y él nos aseguró, aunque no hay un tiempo definido, que va a trabajar hacer todo lo posible para que esa información salga lo más pronto posible para que la comunidad sepa lo que está pasando. Quiero también dejarles saber a la comunidad hispana que si alguien tiene información acerca de cualquier aspecto de esta investigación, que deben de llamar al Lieutenant Mike Pendleton al 860-706-5652 con esa información. Gracias.
How willing has Yale really been to work with you if they're not even willing to send a representative?
They have been very willing, and we will continue to work with them. Thank you very much.